Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do another swatch party of the Nomad American Parks palette and the Nomad Haunted Europe palette. And so I'm just going to swatch these on my arm. I'm going to try and condense the video as much as possible. This is what American Parks looks like. This is the front of the palette. This is the front of the box. This is the back of the box. This is the back of the palette. It says, rich and bountiful eyeshadows formulated with extra fine pigments for majestic color payoff. Infused with jojoba oil for smooth and long-wearing color. 7 gleaming shimmers, 6 blooming mattes, and 2 shifting metallics, inspired by the lands of America the Beautiful. Destination, National Parks, USA. Coordinates, on the road again, Inspiration, America the Beautiful. And then there's other information here. And so I'm just going to jump in. This on my eyes here is Berlin Underground. So I did like a soft, colorful grunge look, and I'm excited about it. And yes, there's a video. So we're going to open it up. And because the font in here is in cursive, it's in italics. And I noticed in other videos I watched, people were like, I can't read it, it's too small. And I could read it, but it would take a lot of time. So I'm going to read it off the back of the box. And that way, hopefully I can get through swatching them quicker. This is what this beautiful palette looks like. It looked cooler online, and so I was concerned because I prefer myself in warm tones. Neutrals I'm okay with if they're mixed in with warm tones. And the same with some cools. It depends on placement and what shadows are around them. But this is a little bit neutral and warmer in person than it looked online, and so I am happy that I did get this. I have my cellar water here, cotton squares here, cloth in my lap, another cloth to clean my arm. I do not have any primer on my arm, and some people say swatches don't mean anything because even if you use your finger to apply eyeshadow on your lid, you're not putting that same amount of pressure. You're not digging in the pan. Well, some people do. But you're not putting the amount of pressure, because you see how I'm pressing into my skin. We don't do that on our eyes. Well, I don't, because I'm going to use my finger for eyeshadow. So some people say it doesn't matter what the swatches look like on your arm because you're not putting it that way on your eye. But it will give you an indication of what the color may look like on my skin tone. And my foundation references will be below. We're going to do rows. I'm sorry, these are columns. I always get rows and columns mixed up. Column, 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 column. So we're going to do that. And again, I will be reading off of the back of the box. This is Old Faithful, Mammoth Cave, Giant Redwoods. I need to get these closer together because there's 15 shades. Cuyahoga Valley. I think that's what it says. Teton Range. Teton Range. That's pretty. And I'm already going slanted. Delicate Arch. And I'm not digging in the pan. I'm just doing a really light swirl across the top. Everglades. High Rainforest. Oh, I just messed up the embossment. Oh. Ridge Parkway. And looking at them in columns, each column could be its own look. Because you have like these 3 here, then you have these 3, and then you have these 3. I see what you did here, Felicia and Auntie. Acadia Lighthouse. Where am I? Yeah, right here. Acadia Lighthouse. Mount Denali. The marbled ones do have texture to it when you touch them. The Narrows. South Rim. Big Ben. I'm on my elbow. And the last one is Half Dome. We are way back here. So this is America's Parks on my skin tone. So I'm hoping, I know it's weird when I'm peeking around. So I'm hoping this will help someone. Yeah, so that's what we're looking like. And so I'm going to stop the video for time's sake and clean my arm and come back, and we're going to do Haunted Europe. Here we are with Haunted Europe. See the skeleton up top, and then she's holding one in her hand, and then it's just the one in her hand and a very faint half skull at the top. This is creepy as hell, but I love it. Oh my gosh. And I know I probably look creepy with my one eye. So anyway, this is the front of the box. This is the front of the palette. This is the back of the box. This is the back of the palette. Destination, Medieval Europe. Coordinates, haunted castles and eerie forests. Inspiration, dark fairy tales. And then they have information here. Up here it says, intensely rich and delightfully lavish eyeshadows formulated with extra fine pigments infused with bilberry seed oil to help restore skin for crease-proof color. We like crease-proof, don't we? 9 ravishing mattes and 9 picturesque shimmers inspired by the dark fairy tales of medieval Europe. Yeah. And all of the palettes so far are good for 12 months. But if you take care of your shadows, you wash your brushes often, you keep your palette stored in a dry, cool space, then they can last longer than a year. But I do put labels on the back of when I open my palettes just so I know how long I've been using it and how long it's open. And if I do end up getting a reaction with my hypersensitive skin, at least I can figure out what's going on. So this palette has 18 shades. The other ones have 15. So this will be interesting. I might have to do smaller swatches, I think, and maybe do up top and then here instead of like the last one was all the way past my elbow. But this is what it looks like on the inside. It is beautiful. Oh, it is so beautiful. It's gorgeous. And so these are in print, not in italics, so I can read directly off of the palette and not have to read off the back of the box. We're going to do three, so we're going to do columns again like we did with the last palette. Mary King's Close. Well, that's like a nice transition for me, for my skin tone. Ooh, Boogeyman. And these do have embossments in them, and actually all of the palettes, the shadows have embossments in them. This one is Catacombs. Ooh, that's nice. Hootska Castle. Forgive me, I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. This palette is beautiful. Frankenstein. Oh, this one's really soft. Dragshome Castle. That's nice. That's a nice smoke out shade. This one is Highgate Cemetery. I feel so awkward. Grendel. And I'm not digging in heavy either. I'm just like lightly wiping my finger in it. These shadows are very pigmented. Mary Cemetery. So that's half the palette. So we're going to do down here for the next 9. This is, oh, what is that? Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Bahoa Bakua Forest. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. I am so sure. That's that one. That's a nice inner corner shade. Or brow bone. Big Bad Wolf. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah. Black Forest, which looks like a blue. Actually, it looks more blue on my there than it does in the pan. That's a nice pairing. Ghost River. That's nice. Krampus. Oh, these shades are beautiful. Brown Castle. Bloody Mary. I'm loving all the embossments in the shadows. That's pretty. Actually, they're all pretty. Count Dracula. You have to say it like that. Last shade, Spandua Citadel. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong too. So these are the shades. So I hope this helps someone. I will be doing looks with these shadows, with these palettes. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel. My link is in my bio. I have a link tree, so you can find me everywhere through there. And subscribe if you're not to my YouTube channel. Either one or all three. Yeah, and that's it. And so thanks for watching. And let me know if you have these palettes and what you think of them. And if you want to do a collab doing looks with these palettes, let me know, because I'm all for playing in makeup and sharing in the fun with other people and seeing what we come up with, whether we use the same colors or just, you know, we're going to do a smoky look or a grungy look or, you know, everyday light, no makeup look type thing. And so it's just fun. So let me know, and you will see me soon. Thanks. Bye.